are live! Hello everybody, my name is Wrath. Welcome back to King's Crossing, episode 6, called Children of the Swamp. I am back here with some wonderful players. We're going to go ahead and introduce them. I'm here with Mr. Pickles.
I am Mr. Pickles. I play Grunkle, the Ogre Berserker. I'm a big ogre. I try to swing weapons that are big, but I don't have big weapons yet.
Nailed it.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't need much. You guys can say whatever. Did you want to add more?
I guess I don't need to add more.
Okay.
He's asleep.
And he's asleep. Shifty.
I'm currently trapped, right? I'm playing Wilford Bellalore. You might get to learn more about me today.
That's it. He's playing Wilford, and you might get to learn more. And Fred.
Muted.
He forgot that he had push to talk on.
Yeah, I'm just messing with it. I'm Fred. I play Torvekik. He's a dwarf that likes digging and likes gold and likes stuff. Likes having his axe in bedroom people. So we'll see how that goes.
With that, guys, we're jumping back into the session. I will say Torvekik, played by Fred, is currently in a different location, so his audio is going to be a little bit off. You guys are going to hear that, but just roll with it. We're going to do the best we can. We still want to play the game, so we're going to have some fun. But previously on King's Crossing, our party, now 4 strong, continued their trek through the marches of the Freeland on a quest to not only provide for the struggling settlement of Arwen's Rest, but also to investigate what is driving the beast closer to town. Along the journey, they've survived mud pits, saved a half-elf named Alexios, they found an altar to an unknown god, they stumbled into a convict fleeing the freemen, they gathered a plethora of resources and trade goods, and have finally made it to their resting spot. A quiet clearing in the path at the base of the mountain. Trees with ashen wood dot the landscape as our party of mismatched adventurers enjoys a fireside retreat by Wilford the Ranger, a feast from Grunkle the Berserker, musical entertainment from Alexios the Minstrel, and a diligent watch from Torvekik the Guardian. This rest was cut short, however, when the children of the swamp finally made their presence known. Stepping out of the darkness, mimicking the voices of lost children, they curiously inspected the campsite. As Torvekik moved to raise his comrades from slumber, the children crawled forward. And with that, we're gonna dive back in, guys. We're back, episode 6. So yeah, you guys are at this campsite. Torvekik, you're awake. All 3 of your other comrades are asleep. I believe Wilford, you were just kind of coming to, but currently engulfed in a bear hug from Grunkle, if I remember right.
His gentle
Yep,
hands, like my hands are on his back, but I'm not like squeezing or anything. It's just like he has been latched on because Grunkle's like laying on his back, so it's a belly situation. Grunkle, of which doped up on opium and alcohol to deal with his heavy wounds, he might be a hard one to wake.
Too true.
Grunkle, wake up, you fool!
Please
Wake the hell up!
Why don't we kick this off with a roll? I think we should kick this game off with a roll. Let's go with how would Torvekik go about waking up his comrades?
Well, he's gonna kick the absolute shit out of Grunkle. So.
Okay. Do this for me. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, come on.
Roll for skullduggery.
Would that be like simple melee?
Yeah, there it is. I was trying to get that. Alright. You should have a barehanded attack under weapons. This isn't for damage, don't worry, Grunkle.
I'm not worried. Just if I do take damage, I'll go berserk rage. So.
Just kill Torvekik.
Worried, it should be Wilford.
Also true. Alright, go ahead and roll that barehanded attack if you can. Perfect. Okay, easy hit. What is the damage on that? Just curious. 8 damage. What is Grunkle's damage threshold?
8.
8. Perfect. That is enough to wake you. You can react as intended. He walks over, and this dwarf steps over, and quickly thrusts his foot into your ribs.
Grunkle, wake the fuck up. We have issues.
How we do your kicking, right?
We have smoke
We
that
do
look like children coming to eat us.
Grunkle's gonna like look around, half asleep, half doped up on opium and alcohol, and with a full belly after a long day of marching in the swamp. And what does he see?
So at this point, you have a campfire in the middle. It has been stoked and fed by Torvekik after Wilford just let it die. And the flames illuminate about 5 yards around you, 15 feet around you.
Grunkle doesn't think in yards.
What's he thinking?
I don't know.
Sandwiches?
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, sandwiches.
There are 5 sandwiches away from you.
Well, a sandwich for an ogre is exactly 1 yard.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. Okay. That makes it. Thank you. About 5, I was like, God, I don't know. About 5 sandwiches, kind of diameter around you. The fire illuminates. Past that, it gets dark. The forest the swamp is silent. Besides these creatures that you can see crawling out. These things look like about the size of Mateo, but they're made from tree limbs, so branches, sticks, intertwined. They're kind of woven to create like arms and a head. And let me actually see. I don't know if I'm gonna see if I can show you a picture of one. This is something I haven't technically done, so I'm gonna see if I can do this. Let's see. View artwork.
You show a picture of them last time?
Maybe.
No, I don't think he did show a picture last
Oh,
time.
well, I guess you
I
just
don't
painted a
remember
picture
seeing it.
last time.
Did you guys see
He
that?
painted a very good picture last time.
No, I did
Yeah.
not see that.
Oh, I thought he asked if we can see it.
Yes, I can see it, but did not see it before.
No, yeah, I was asking, yeah, if you could see that one. There's a better image. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, those don't look friendly.
So
No, they
so you see these things kind of, some of them are
Similar.
walking on 2 legs, some of them are kind of crawling and moving out to you, and otherwise it's silent. You just hear kind of the creaking of as these like trees moving, but on a much smaller scale. These things, like I said, are about the size of Mateo.
I know what Grunkle wants to do then.
Okay. So right now we've got Grunkle on his back, Wilfer on his Grunkle. We've got Torvekik standing above them, and we've
on his grunkle.
we've got Alexios also asleep by the fire. What do you guys do?
I would like to stand, and since I have Wilfer equipped, I would like to instead I would like to store him on my shoulder as like a shoulder pauldron or something, so that he's not equipped in my offhand.
Okay.
And I'd like to scramble for my mortuary sword, which I presume, if any of my equipment is near me, it's probably my mortuary sword, right?
This okay. Wilfer, you've been raised to his shoulder. Are you like side saddle or whatever? Like when you ever played Red Dead Redemption or seen like cowboy movies where they throw a body over the back of their horse and then like slung over? You know what I'm talking about?
I'm sitting on his shoulder.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
putting up
no
to
one
sit on-
got that. Okay.
sit or like a ride like cape style.
That was my other
Those are the
question.
only 2 I'm accepting.
Yeah, so you are sat on his shoulder.
Yeah, so I can still use my bow.
Yep, exactly. That's what I was just thinking. I think that's a great idea. Okay, and Grunkle, you're moving for your sword.
Yeah,
Okay.
with my 1 working hand.
Yeah, because I believe your right arm is still penetrated by a spear.
By a spear, yes.
Torvekik, javelin, actually, I believe. Torvekik, what were you doing? While you see Grunkle raised to his feet, equip both his sword and his Wilfer.
It's a shoulder-mounted longbow, but thank you.
I'm gonna go get Alexios up, and is Wolfer, like you see, like the minigun on War Machines from Iron Man.
That's exactly, yes. Wilfer.
I'm playing a mech character.
Yeah.
So basically, I put it's an organic mech.
Yeah,
but I
it's
put,
like a what's those, the Iron Forged or whatever.
Yeah.
But instead of
Yeah.
equipping new parts as they go along, he just equips new people as he goes along.
I'm
They're
gonna
just like- Yeah.
goblin will like shoot poison darts. It'll be really
Yeah,
cool.
eventually you can like put a dwarf on his back who would just hack at people behind him. No, stay away!
I'll get a scorpion fist.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, "What? Wait, why did the scorpion work for you?"
A lizard
No.
will just hug his leg and like bite at people. So you move to awake Alexios. He kind of, what is it, my friend?
We have small children things that look like they want to eat us, like your uncle did. No, a bandit.
You see, he kind of opens one eye and looks at you and he goes, "Are you eating those mushrooms again?
No,
You're being
Look
eaten by
behind
children."
you.
He kind of
behind you.
laying down. He kind of rolls his head up over the side, kind of looking over like a dog would do when they look back at you. He's like, "What the hell is that?" And he starts kind of moving to his feet.
But I woke everybody up.
He
Yeah,
rises
so-
to his feet during this time. The creatures are kind of moving, but as they see Grunkle stand up, you see some of them kind of stop and they're watching, and some of them are still kind of crawling along, but you can see they've gotten a lot slower as they kind of move up.
Wait. Can I roll an intimidate check? Is that something I can?
Absolutely.
I want to like do an angry roar that probably includes a few syllables like "won't hurt friend." It's like trying to say friend, but like he just starts roaring
Okay.
because he has an elf on it.
Go ahead and roll. Yeah, he's no, you guys haven't seen his
You haven't
ears, and
seen-
he's
you haven't
very
seen
he's
him.
Okay,
described
that's
himself
something
as a
Grunk-
human.
Then Grunkle's thing. Anyways, here's mine.
You don't have Intimidate trained, but it is not
No.
a special skill, so it's not a flip to fail or anything, so you just get to roll. I'm going to allow you to roll this. So just paint the picture. So you're standing up, pulling out your sword, equipping a man, and you're roaring, right? Is there, did I miss anything?
It's I guess the ordering is that he's putting up his comrade defensively, and so it's very defensive posturing and stance, and then picking up his sword and like roaring and like he might gesture out with his sword as if like back off, you don't want to, you know, fuck with us.
Okay, I'm gonna allow it with a plus 10%.
Okay, that's better than a plus 5%. Big money.
Crit fail.
And am I allowed to use one of our failure points?
A failure points. Not what they're called.
What I feel like when I use one.
I'm double checking. I don't think they're allowed to be used on crits, but give me 2 seconds here. While I look for this, there is something else I wanted to talk about. So, Fred, when we were looking at enemies and we were looking at underlings, that is a custom creature, and it's something you can do to really, instead of just having like a low level creature, you can make them underlings, and that way you can throw like 20 of them at a party. So that is a custom thing. So otherwise, my enemies will get to use misfortune points. They will get to use reactions, and whatever the other thing was, I can't remember, but.
Okay, I thought underling was just a type of creature. I didn't know it was like.
No, it's a special, like, you get to derate them even more than, you know, to make it to where they're like, what is that
Or it's more
term?
of a horde
Pickles, the
creature rather
paper
than a,
paper machete,
tiger.
paper tiger. That's the term. Basically, just an
and
enemy
the
you can cut
injuries,
through.
They can
Okay,
take
got you.
injuries.
Yeah, and they can take injuries. That's the other thing, is now you guys can actually injure them, which helps you guys out. Because like Grunkle took an injury and now he, you know, I think your injury was your shoulder wound, or what was your injury?
I got a javelin in the arm, and and it made me angry.
Must accept the outcome. Note that you cannot use a fortune point to re-roll a critical failure.
Okay, well then I can't do that.
So you see Grunkle go to roar, and he accidentally just burps, and some of his food from yesterday, he kind of pukes on himself.
Oh, that's nasty.
And then he yawns.
Yeah, and they just yawn. Yes. The creatures, you can see like a dog kind of turn their head, like, what the hell just happened? And then he start crawling forward again, coming at you guys. You see that there's probably maybe 20 or so, just rough estimate as you're counting. I'm going to allow other actions. Does anyone want to do anything? So far, no one seems to have engaged combat yet, but what do you guys do?
Oh no, I have the genius idea, but I'll let you guys act because
Torvek kind of picks up a burning piece of wood from the fire and kind of just holds it out like he's trying to ward him off while he's got his axe in the other hand.
Okay.
Don't come close.
You're also trying to intimidate them? Why don't you give me an intimidation with a plus 10% as well? Make sure your chat can see this.
Attributes, right?
Yes, it should be under attributes. Yep. Okay, chat can see.
What the?
Jesus, guys.
Wow. And that's the
call
exact
BS.
same
Don't give a
critical
fuck.
same. Exact
Yeah, I
same.
call BS.
77.
You pick up a stick you think is on fire and it's not.
No, you do go to pick up a stick, except it's the stick Alexios is holding, and you kind of grab it from him, and it's not on fire. You're right, and you're just holding a stick that Alexios. But you see, it's kind of a small stick. Like Alexios isn't a very big guy, and he didn't have a whole lot of time to wake up, so he just grabbed a random stick. It's not impressive at all. But you didn't puke on yourself.
Don't you have sword?
You did just disarm Alexios though, so now he doesn't have a weapon. That leaves Torvekic, or sorry, not Torvekic, Wilfer. Did you want to have any other action?
Sitting on the shoulder of Grog, right?
Grunkle.
Oh,
you can call me
sorry,
Grog if you
Grog.
want.
Sorry, wrong.
He switches shoulders. He
Wrong
moves over.
franchise.
He goes to
No,
a
no,
different
no.
ogre.
I'm Grog now. Okay.
He's like, I like this
Um,
ogre better. I'm gonna go sit on his shoulder.
I'm gonna upset Grunkle and I'm gonna climb down and I'm also gonna grab one of the sticks that are on fire.
You're gonna grab the first stick that's on. No one else has grabbed a stick that's on fire.
Sorry, yes, I'm gonna reach to the fire and grab a stick that's on fire.
All right.
Preferably grabbing a stick that is on fire.
You have a stick that's on fire in your hands. You've equipped it.
And I'm gonna, yeah.
Did you
Alright,
put back your bow?
Yeah, I chucked it on my back as I went climbing down.
Okay. You have a stick that's on fire.
I'm going to intimidate them as well.
Oh, okay. Go ahead and roll with the plus 10. If you go to 77, I can't help you.
Sorry,
We'll be the 77 boys.
Base chance modifier.
Yeah, or you can change the difficulty to whatever the plus 10. I just can't remember what it's called.
Routine.
Routine. Thank you.
There you go. You're welcome.
That's a success. Okay. Wilford, do you want to reroll?
Do I want to reroll the success? Hold on, guys. I just have to fail this.
You see Wilford, he's like, no, I need a 77. You see Wilford climbs down, runs over, grabs up one of the fiery sticks, starts waving it around like a madman. You do see that a bunch of the creatures stop.
I stop making the noises the ogre makes when he's when he's doing his will call.
What do those sound like?
Yeah, do tell.
Wow.
Wow.
Alexios looks to Grunkle, thinking he's freaking out, and then realizes it's Wilford. He's like, oh. Because you impersonated him
I
perfectly.
say under my breath, wow, it actually works.
With that, I'm gonna engage. I think we need to start a combat encounter. So once again, try and click your characters and
Oh, so they are trying to kill us.
they are now. You guys just waved a stick of fire at them, so that's not how big they are. Don't pay attention to that. Actually, hold
How
on.
does that equal? Oh, we want to kill you.
Devin.
Partially, if somebody waved a stick of fire at me, trying to kill them is not my first response.
Don't worry, guys. I've got this.
All right. What happens if I do that?
We all die.
I got a
Yep,
loading
you do
screen.
not
and
own
then a
any
black
token.
screen.
Really?
I
Yep.
don't own any token.
Okay, listen. All right.
We
I
don't
thought I
token.
already fixed that. How's that?
I can see it now.
Okay.
We can see it.
Well, we got to re-roll now.
Yeah, I thought that might happen. Okay, so you guys get to
Goddammit.
reroll.
I'm fine with that.
Nope, can't re-roll because there's no active combat.
Yeah, there is.
You have to rejoin the combat. Oh, I got a sexy roll there.
Man,
switched
I
from
was
Rebecca.
rolled so good
I
last
had an
time.
11
lost the
before.
shitty roll.
Yeah, I had a 7.
I like how it's called a kobold. That's great.
I'm fixing it. Shut up.
I didn't know we were fighting kobolds. I thought they only lived in the mountains.
These are some ugly ass kobolds.
Shut up. All right. And then roll. All right. Cool. All right. So the way this is gonna work is no one has surprised anyone, so there's not gonna be any surprise rounds. We're just gonna take it from the top. They have not technically engaged, but you see a bunch of them have stopped. But you see about 4 of them start crawling and stumbling, walking towards you. Grunkle, you are the quickest to react somehow.
Because I know exactly what I want to do.
All
I want
right.
to drop my sword. I want to grab my bottle of Rotgut Gen that should be hanging off my backpack.
Okay. That'll
And I
cost
wanna
you your action
chug.
points.
I want to chug the frick out of it.
Okay.
Do
I'm
you
gonna.
know why?
Well, yeah, I know why.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you 1 action point to chug.
And can you look up bottle bombs for me?
Do you not have it?
I don't think I do actually.
Oh, that's not good. Yeah, it's called bottle bombs.
Yeah. Yeah, I probably
Oh,
should have looked
Rocket-
this
That
up.
was
Rocket
I only have
spray.
pretty obvious, honestly.
I
What's
wonder
that?
if Rucka spray is in a compendium.
It says treat this breath as a bottle bomb, and I neglected to add that to. I mean, I only have one
bomb.
use of this power,
It's all good.
and then it's basically
Grunkle. How about
until
now?
we get to civilization. Or would it be trappings?
After consuming an entire bottle of rot gut, you can belch it up as a flaming breath. Treat this breath as a bottle bomb, however, you must immediately make a toughness test or become intoxicated. And you do have bottle bomb now.
I do. Where would it be?
Trappings, weapons.
Trappings. Trappings, weapons.
Do you not see it?
I see rocket.
Should be under trippins.
I see mortuary sword. I see fire hardened spear.
I don't know. Close it and reopen it.
Okie dokie.
I added it.
See the same.
Same. Weird. Okay. Go to
Look at the compendium myself.
yeah.
I
Go to the
guess.
compendium. Go to Zweihander weapons near the bottom. Type in bottle, and it should come up bottle bomb. Draw it, drag it over, and add it to your character sheet.
Bottle. Okay, I found it, and now I pull myself up. I got my trappings, and I just give myself a bottle. It's weird.
Did you apply it?
Yes.
Is it in there?
Yes.
Weird. Because now I
4
don't see
yards,
it, but-
1 load, 1 encumbrance.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, I was having the same problem with Savage Worlds. So it's the situation where if you guys make changes, you have to tell me.
Yeah, that's odd. I mean, I thought it would do that for both of us, but whatever. I'm just gonna drag it on my copy here so I can see it too. But okay, 4 yards. Okay. So here's the thing. There are a lot of options, and I was looking at this in between games for what we could do with action points, because instead of just aim, attack, you know, I was like, okay, what else could you actually do? You could try and use dirty tricks to like throw up sand in their face and blind them. You could try and disarm them, knock them out, choke them out, take them down to the ground. Big thing I posted in the Discord with Wilfer's bullwhip is he gets to either choke them or take them down to the ground with that weapon with a huge advantage. So that might be useful for stuff. Other idea is inspiring words, assisting an ally with anything they're doing. So like Torvekik wants to run and just cleave down on them with their axe. Well, Grunkle has an action point that he's saved. He's going to assist him by like doing a boost, and he can lift him into the air so he can get more come down power. That's not what I meant. Never mind. Moving on.
Well, I mean, I know what I want to do here.
No, I'm just saying, like, so with all these actions, you can do different stuff like that. I was looking to see what, I guess Bottle Bomb would just be a basic attack, so it's just going to be a one action point as well. So you've used one action point to chug, you still have 2 action points. You have 1 action point left?
I think I have 1 action point left because I dropped my sword and I grabbed the bottle and probably ripped it off the backpack. And then pulled the cork, and that's probably 1 action there. Yeah.
Switching items at the beginning of your turn doesn't take an action. The thing is that your injury only left you with 1 action point or something. I can't remember. Do you remember? Did you write down what your injury was?
I
Injuries.
didn't.
You didn't write
and
down.
I
what
thought
your
I had
injury
a penalty to swinging my weapon. Because I remember being like, well, why am I a warrior then?
Dry-hand or injuries. It is a thing. God, do we remember what you rolled? What it was actually called? Because I can apply it to your character sheet and we could... I'm looking.
Bad vibes, I think is what it was called.
I don't think that's true. Torn shoulder? What just happened? Did you just roll?
No, I didn't do anything. I gestured with a canister.
Someone just rolled something.
I didn't do anything, Dad.
I heard a roll down.
I heard a roll, but
I rolled the steel Alexios, so sorry.
Oh, well, okay. Well, good. Well, I'm distracting the GM.
Okay, torn shoulder, severity serious, currently in effect. Yeah. Okay, so torn shoulder. Whatever you were holding in your primary hand gains the ruined quality until fully recuperated. Right. You start your turn with 2 less action points, so you only have 1 action point.
Oh, okay, so I'll just.
But you could use a fortune to give yourself an extra action point.
I'll just chug.
Okay. Grunkle chugs.
This attack's gonna take 3 turns.
Basically. Well, I mean, unless he wants to use fortune points. Nope, doesn't sound like it. All right.
Yeah. No.
That's gonna bring us to them. I'm gonna say, yeah, they're gonna run up and attack. Who are they? I don't have all my dice here, do I? Who are they gonna attack? Oh, hi, here.
What a noob not having wireless headphones.
Hey, what's that wire hanging down the back of your neck there?
All right.
Oh no, sorry, they're on charge.
What's happening?
Nothing.
Shifty
was disparaging you for not having wireless earphones, and he had a wire going from his earphones.
No, I don't like wireless. I'm fine having them wired. Okay. Grunkle. Pick a number between 1 and 4.
2.
Okay. Wilfer, pick a number between 1 and 4. Not 2.
3.
All right. Torvekik, pick a number between 1 and 4.
4.
All right.
No, he said between 1 and 4. You only had 2 choices.
No, it's a 1. So I think that only leaves Alexios. So
Alexios is dying.
Well, we'll see. I'm gonna run up and start stabbing. He's
got
no,
have Alexios.
They gotta move.
The only guy that doesn't have armor.
Yeah. Let's see. They have to. I'm trying to pull up a sheet here so I can look at all the things they can do with their actions. So, charge at movement and add 1d6 fury die and damage. Okay, so they're gonna charge and attack. Branch spear. Roll. Additional fury die, 1. I don't have any misfortune points, so flip, roll. Success against Alexios. Damage on that, 10 damage. Oh, Alexios. They run up, and you see from their arm, they kind of whip it out, and a giant, like, oh, not giant, they're little guys, but this spear branch just comes to a tip at the end, and they stab it straight through his stomach. You can see that it definitely pierces straight through as he's standing there. His stick got ripped out of his hand, and he turns around and gets stabbed with this branch spear. Next one's gonna go for we're gonna go for who picked number 3. Okay, don't everybody pipe up at once.
I think I did.
Okay. They're going after Wilfer. Wilfer, you've dropped to the ground. You're waving around the fire stick. You did wave a bunch of them off. You can see them all kind of standing around watching. Only 4 have approached you guys. The rest are all kind of standing around watching. This one's gonna attack you. But I'm gonna make it a difficult check because you're waving around this fire stick, and they don't like that. So I'm gonna make it it's gonna be a challenging attack. He's not gonna charge you. He's gonna move up a little bit more cautiously. So he's gonna move 2, and he's gonna attack for 1. He fails. I don't have any misfortune points. I can't reroll or anything, so that's gonna leave it at that. Next 3. We got another one coming after. Same stories.
Oh boy.
He's coming after you again. The third one is coming after Wilfer. Same story. It's going to be challenging. I don't have anything bonus. This one is going to hit. Jesus, for 13 damage. This one stabs at you. What is your damage threshold?
5.
Ooh. So what's your second damage threshold?
11.
11. So you will immediately go down 2 on your damage track. What does that put you at?
Seriously wounded?
Seriously wounded. So what that means...
It means I'm rolling for an injury.
Yeah. How'd you do that?
I clicked seriously wounded, it came up roll for an injury, and I clicked the roll for an injury button.
Oh, cool. I don't know.
Magic.
I'm trying. This is another kind of combat tutorial. Now that we're doing it the right way, I was like, okay, we need to test it out again and see kind of how it works. Because, injuries. Okay, you're rolling for seriously injured.
Yeah.
Oh, so you skipped moderately. You're just going straight to serious. And what
Yep.
did you roll?
Because I was already lightly 5.
5.
Sorry, I rolled 2d6 and I got a 5.
Okay. Huh. Fortune's mercy. Ignore injury. Keep your fate point and continue fighting onwards. You shrug it off. This thing stabs into you with another spear, and you kind of break off his spear off to the side, and you're like, "Fuck no!" You Fortune's mercy.
So
you,
am I
you do not get an
not
injury.
taking this?
You still got
am I
you
still
still got the
seriously wounded?
damage,
Okay.
yeah, but you didn't receive any injury.
That's fine.
All right, last one. Who's he going after?
Me.
Another 3. No, it's a 4. I believe that was Torvekic, correct?
That was Tovikic.
All right. This one's actually going to keep its distance. Actually, I should have had the other 2 keep their distance, honestly. But so 2 of them have approached Wilfer. 1 has approached Alexios. The other one's going to keep its distance, and it's just going to kind of clap. It's going to do a whole clap together and shoot a bunch of splinters, these like wooden splinters, at Torvekic. He's going to shoot. I don't know why I keep saying Kabul. That's wrong. Whatever. Fuck it. Okay. Looks like it will hit. I'm gonna check something real quick because I think not that you guys need to do this, but an option you guys could have. Where is it? No. 2 seconds.
That cat is enjoying that way too much.
Yeah, she gets a bit aggressive about this and demands to just press her face right into my beard. Right into my beard. This isn't me at all. This is just... It's like, I need to go to my palace of solitude. And I'm like, that's a weird choice, buddy. Okay. We're back in.
Okay, it's being a
Okay.
douche. And
You guys, I
just
was thinking that you guys were able to make me re-roll something, but you're not. So, it's gonna go for 6 damage. But what is your damage threshold for vet kick?
9, sorry.
9. All right. So it shoots a bunch of splinters at you, and it all ricochets off your armor, shooting off into the dirt. You didn't take any damage. That finally brings us to Shifty.
I'm gonna lodge
what?
the flaming
Shifty.
stick
Not your name.
into the face of the closest one. Yeah, I don't know why it comes up with the wrong name on that.
Wolfer, dude, I'm gonna have to go through and work on this. All right, Wolfer, you're going to do what? You've got 2 standing next to you.
Sorry.
What are you doing?
The one that stabbed me, I'm going to lodge the flaming stick into its face.
Yeah, because one stabbed you, one missed, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because it stabbed you. You broke it off. You're gonna lodge this fire stick into it. All right.
Yeah, right into its noggin.
All right. I'm looking something up here real quick. His fire stick is not technically a weapon you have, so
No, fire stick is not a weapon I take.
go into the weapon. Since I can't just give this to you, go into the weapons compendium and give yourself improvised hand weapon. I think the closest.
Where's weapons? Oh wait, fuff weapons?
No, it's Y-hander weapons.
Who?
Give yourself the improvised, and then I'm gonna. It should be near the bottom.
Oh, I found it. Okay, it's Y-hander weapons, and you see it improvised.
Improvised hand weapon. Give that to yourself. And then I'm going to tweak it because it is. Oh, it showed up here for you, but not for them.
It's telling me I'm over encumbered.
That's perfectly fine. You're not running around. Plus probably some of your stuff. Just don't worry about that for now. I'll go through and tweak it.
Well, I mean, it's leaving my inventory as soon as I.
Right. Yeah. So it's not a big deal. Okay. Go ahead and attack with that, and I gave it a fire trait, which is going to affect things differently.
How do I attack with that? Sorry.
You just roll it like a normal weapon.
Yeah. Okay. Simple melee test. Melee.
No.
Test
Under trappings.
configuration. Yeah. Click on the thing. Click on the dice that shows up.
Yeah.
And then, am I adding any modifiers to it?
No. No, you shouldn't have to.
Alright. Well, that was without any modifiers.
Yeah. Do you want to reroll?
Yes, it stabbed me. I'll take one of those fortune points.
Alright, go for it.
No, okay.
Do you want to reroll?
No, I already used the fortune point. I won't keep using them.
It's up to you. You got a fire stick.
I do have a fire stick, and that's twice I missed. No, because then you've got 2 misfortune points, and that's too many.
That's too many.
That's fine. I no longer have it, so I'm removing it from my inventory because I stabbed and let go.
So you basically swung at it and released, thinking it would like fly into it, and it missed and fell onto the ground.
Yep.
So now there's a burning stick on the ground. You did use. I guess you could have aimed.
I could have aimed.
I mean, this is a test combat, really. Do you want to try again?
Could have aimed too,
Okay,
right?
Yeah, you
do
could.
you
You
mind-
could aim twice, technically.
Which would have meant
mind
the
giving
original
us
roll
back
would have
that-
been a 62. Never mind.
Do you mind giving us back that fortune point, and I'd try that again properly?
Go for it. Yeah, so
improvise
aim
and-
twice and attack if you want to use all your action points.
Aim twice changes what?
Adds plus 20.
Thank you.
Okay,
Sorry,
thank you.
looking so much.
There.
All right, success. And what's the damage on that? All right, 5. All right. I don't believe they take damage. Nope, they do take damage. Okay. So, you slam this thing into the side with this fire stick. You can see it very clearly kind of gets crumbled to the side. Gets back up. Doesn't seem super injured. However, you do see it ignites.
The idea was that I was just kind of gonna lodge it into one of the crevices in its face.
Basically, what has happened.
Like a
it's
stabbing motion.
kind of lodged in his neck. Kind of you've jabbed it in there. It's ignited. That's the big thing. It did take a tiny bit of damage, but it is now on fire. You have used all your action points. That brings us to Torvekik. What would you like to do?
And I'm removing that improvised weapon from my inventory.
Okay.
Torvy.
You awake?
Torvy baby.
Yeah, sorry, the ones are slowly working their way out of my ears. What'd you say?
It's your
It's your
turn.
turn.
Okay. I'm gonna go after the one that's stabbed Alexander.
Alexios?
That guy.
Yeah.
Is he dead,
That
by the
guy.
way?
That
He
guy who's been around
is-
longer than Woofer has.
No, he is wounded. You can see he's very much stabbed, but he's not dead. He doesn't look that injured. He just has one stab wound, which to you guys are like been there, done that.
Okay.
To him, he's like, oh.
Second of all, these guys are made out of wood, right?
These guys are made out of wood? Yes, sir.
And
And
very
I have an
combustible.
axe.
You do have an axe, yes.
So do I get extra damage on things made out of wood with my axe?
Chopping firewood.
No. Specifically because that's not what I wanted. I wanted that. Specifically because you don't specifically have a wood cutting axe. You have a battle axe. It's more suited for battle than for cutting wood.
I am battling wood. I don't know what else could be more appropriate.
A wood cutting axe.
Battling wood.
Why you gotta be so mean, right? I'm still gonna go after the guy that's got Alexios.
Okay. Yeah. So one of them is just pierced through Alexios, and then you walk up behind him. You've moved. That's one action point. What else would you
Not
like
so
to
much walked as it was charged.
do? You want to charge him? You can do that.
Yeah.
Okay, charge for 2 action
It's
points,
best
attack
two,
for
right?
1.
Yeah.
Okay, you can do that. That gives you a plus 1d6, so when it says additional fury die, you'll put a 1 there on your
Okay.
attack.
And I still have one action point left after that.
You will use all your action points, but you will have 1 in reserve to ever be used for dodge or parry
Right.
because of your
So-
feat.
Battle axe. One fury die.
Yeah.
No other modifier.
1 fury die, no other modifier, correct.
Yeah.
Fail. Do you want to reroll?
How many of those?
All 4 are left. You guys haven't used any. We retconned Wilfer's turn so that he could do his actions correctly, because this is all test and kind of figuring it out.
Okay. What do you guys think?
Yes, chop them up.
Yeah.
I should roll.
Okay. All right, 27. That's a definite hit. What's the damage on that?
16.
16. Jesus Christ.
Chop them up. Let's make some firewood, guys.
Woo!
All right. I don't have my piece of paper here,
Hey,
so I'm keeping track this way.
I created a walking bonfire, so.
Yeah, one of them is on fire. One of them has been hacked. Okay, so
Only one of them is on fire at the moment.
true.
There's no way what I'm going to do is going to fail drastically and painfully.
No, of course not.
Thank you, Shifty.
And you hit him for 16. Jeez. That one that has stabbed through Alexios, you cleave into it in its back. You see its legs actually seriously wounded. It needs to roll for an injury.
Miraculously, doesn't take an injury.
No, that was Wolfer, not
Fuck
these
your
guys.
wood.
That was Wolfer. Seriously injured, I said?
Yep.
Yeah, alright. It needs to roll 1d100. Sure, 1d100. A 28.
That's not right, is it?
Why?
What? Poor Vekik rolling a 28.
Oh.
Why are you Torvekik?
Why am I
What?
Torvekik?
Suddenly you're Tuvik.
I'm the DM.
Torvekik was
Then
following
the
you.
powers of gods!
Oh, it's because I had him selected. I had his little
Hmm.
token selected. Well,
Hmm.
Torvekik, you rolled for them a 28. That's fine.
That'll work.
This is not how we do it in the accounting
Interesting.
department.
You have cleaved into its neck, and its head hangs halfway on its body. It still seems to be alive, but its head is like you've cleaved halfway through its neck, so its head is just kind of flopping.
That sounds painful.
Yeah, yeah.
Glad Grunkle doesn't have that one.
Good thing it's made of wood.
All right, that was deadly. All right, that leaves that's the end of that round of combat. That brings us to the top. However, it's at this point that things have started happening. I need Grunkle to roll me a 1d6, and depending on what you roll, things are going to start happening around you guys. A 4. Interesting. Okay.
Oh, I hate it.
As you guys are battling, Wilfer has ignited one of these things, slamming this fire stick into it. You can see a bunch of them are all standing around you guys. They've started chittering and like around you guys in the woods. The woods have kind of ignited with sound, but once again, as these creatures have surrounded you guys, one of them's on fire. You can see it's frantically like screeching. One of them has just had its head cleaved into as it stands staring at Alexios, kind of wide-eyed. And with this, you start seeing the lights illuminating around. On the far side, so there's you guys in the middle, there's these creatures surrounding you. Outside of them, out in the woods, you start seeing these lights, kind of these floating orbs almost, kind of moving. And as it's happening, it's kind of forming like a pattern. Like there are multiple of them surrounding you guys, and these orbs in the woods just kind of start floating. And as they're orbiting, Grunkle, you're the only one who's noticed this. As they're orbiting, you see that they seem to be controlled. There's as the orbs move, they kind of every now and then you kind of glimpse a face behind them. The light kind of blinds you, so you can't see it, but you can see that there's something out in the woods that has surrounded all of you, and they seem to be doing something with these lights that has encircled you guys. And with that, it's Grunkle's turn. You have one action point.
Yeah, I only have one action point.
You have ingested a full. You've just spent your turn ingesting a full bottle of rock gut gin.
Yeah, and so I would like to use my ogre racial trait that I took on a penalty to get. Something that I can only use this one time because I could only afford one bottle of rock gut gin. I am going to drink this down, see the lights, assume I'm Drunkle instead of Grunkle, and I'm going to spew my rotgut spray as fire all over the enemies to try and like get a wide swath of them set on fire.
There are 3 within range right now. The 4th one has kept its distance. And the others are all kind of staying back.
Is there anything that's not standard here? Or is it just a base standard Zero Fury?
I think it would be... Everything would be standard except it would be routine check. Because this is something that comes with your race, and I feel like it's something you'd be used to, and it's useful. You know it's useful against this enemy.
Grunkle, do party trick! Fuck.
Sorry, the cat decided to attack my foot.
Would you like to reroll?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Party trick!
Yeah.
Grunkle goes to spew, he burps. Bleh. And he's like, and then he spews forth this just wet, dripping liquid fire, vomits from his mouth. As he does this, he lets out this large guttural roar. Can I get a damage? You're gonna hit 3 enemies with this. 1?
I clicked the button. Okay, I'm gonna click it again. Okay, I've clicked it like 3 times.
Attacks with undefined simple range. Did you roll the wrong thing?
Oh, I clicked simple range. I
No,
rolled the
you
dice
don't.
on bottle bomb though in my trappings. It's associated simple ranged.
Weird. Yeah, because up above it says attacks with battle bomb, and then you re-rolled, and then it just didn't support. I think just roll the bottle bomb again.
Okay.
Well, you're gonna succeed. Don't worry. Got it. There you go. Okay. Now can you do damage with the bottle bomb?
No.
All right. Let's do some investigating.
Dad.
Yeah, because on my sheet you don't even have bottle bomb.
I don't know how to do this. 7 plus.
We're gonna figure this out.
Well, I can give the equation. I don't know if that makes it so I can roll it.
Weird. Okay. Bottle bomb. Yeah, so it's what's your combat bonus?
My combat bonus is a 7.
7 plus
Yeah.
1 and the number of d6s. So, I don't think it comes with any extra d6s. So, roll a 1d6 plus 7.
Big money, big money. 12.
That means
That's
you
actually
rolled,
pretty big money.
You rolled a 5. Okay. I just want to make sure if you rolled a 6 it exploded. So, okay.
Oh, yeah.
So, you erupt and it just dealt 12 damage to each one of these guys. Jesus Christ.
Thank you.
What does that do to them? Oh, dear God. Okay.
You know, I'm just trying to be a team player. By drinking all of our hard alcohol.
Of course.
It's what a good friend would do, right?
Gotta make sure there's someone that's still a sober driver.
Well, like, because you guys gave me your opium and alcohol, and then I just drank the rest
Actually,
of our alcohol.
I think we gave you either your opium or alcohol or Torvikic's opium or alcohol.
Well, either way, we're working through stuff.
Oh, Jesus, hell.
What's going on with your 98 there?
Nothing good.
What's going on with that good 17 though?
What the hell does that mean? Oh, Jesus, what the hell? Alright, okay. You erupt and burp out this liquid fire. You hit 3 of them with this. The one that was already ignited, that is standing there with this lit club, stuck into its body, standing in front of Wilfer. You see it gets the brunt, just kind of gets blasted with this thing, kind of freaks out, and you see its eyes kind of roll back as it kind of twitches and just rolls back on the ground.
Oh, good. Now my stick's even more on fire.
You see the one that just had its head cleaved to the side, gets blasted, erupts in flames, and just crumbles to the ground, completely burnt, gone. And the other one standing next to Wilfer does get hit and does sustain an injury. Jesus Christ! All right.
And it's also on fire.
Yeah, also on fire. There's that too. Oh, whatever.
I do that.
I did that.
Like a redneck Urkel. Well, hey, failers.
You see that this one tries to jump out of the way, and as it does that, its lower body catches fire, burns off, and it ends up grabbing its hips and ripping itself in half, pulling its own legs off and tossing to the sides so that the rest of its body didn't burn. It's now just an upper body and 2 arms on the ground, trying to attack.
Well, I tried to help out here, guys.
Well, there you
good
go.
job.
That's
I only have one of those, so it's out of game.
Still
I hope
got
you know.
3 enemies with it. That's good.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
Killed
I can't
2.
do that trick until
Well,
you guys buy me more rocket gen. 'Cause I don't
Technically,
have money.
you've killed 1. One of them is passed out on the ground. Having a seizure.
On fire.
And the other
I
one
just
is
wanted
half.
to make it clear that I was saving this emergency potion. Buy me more potions.
That brings us
It's,
to the Twig Blight's turn. The one
It's
that
on the floor, unconscious, on fire.
the one that
She's
kept
on
his
the floor.
distance is going to attack. Pickles, you chose 2, didn't you?
Yeah, I did, sir.
All right. The one that kept his distance is going to attack. It's once again going to clap its hands together, launching some attacks at you. Maybe.
Come at me, bro.
Oh, I clicked the wrong thing. That's why.
Damage threshold hate. Just
Bam. I'm going to reroll because I have points and I want to. I'm going to reroll again. Yes. All right. I used all my points, so I can't apply any extra damage. But how about a 9?
Yep, that'll do an injury. I am now in rage mode.
This puts you back to the same one that you already have an injury for, correct?
Yes.
Seriously? Yeah. Okay. So.
Seriously, dude.
I meant like a seriously.
Yeah, Dad, seriously.
Seriously injured.
Seriously.
Sorry, I'm still back in the
Seriously? Okay,
Seriously.
so that will put you back. So this thing, what it does is it claps its hands together and shoots out a bunch of these like shards of wood, like a wall just got blown up, and all the shrapnel of the wood shoots out at you. It does penetrate and it does hurt, and but you won't take an injury from this because you already have an injury. I don't know if that's technically by the books, so rules lawyers, don't at me.
Fuck you, rules lawyers.
This is
Die.
test combat, and I don't want Grunkle to die because we're still flavoring combat and trying to figure out what's fair. So,
Yeah, but I am raging now.
But he is raging now, so that will
And-
give you a bonus.
I also need to do a roll for you. A toughness roll.
Yes, to figure out if you're drunk or not. This is true. And it's a toughness roll. Was it at 10% difficulty? I think.
I don't think it had any difficulty.
I think you're lying to my face.
I think I am. Wait.
No, you could very much not be. I don't know.
You must immediately make a toughness check or become intoxicated. So it doesn't say in the thing I have, but
Really? I thought it did.
do you want me to take a minus 10?
No. Take him. Oh, I think. I was like, what?
I can do challenging if you want. I'm gonna fail either way.
No, I mean, I trust you
And
just roll. I just, for some reason, I thought you said minus 10, but I'm looking. Nope, you're absolutely right. I'm entirely wrong. I take it back. I'm sorry I ever doubted you. Toughness
Yeah,
check,
no.
standard.
And drunk.
And drunk. You could reroll.
Good.
You got all your fortune points back.
Yeah, I'm doing that for the team. So no, I'm gonna take it.
Okay. Grunkle has become intoxicated. You can tell Grunkle burps out this liquid fire, and then you can see he starts to sway. Gets a little smile on his face. That brings us to there's one more. There's one more that's on the ground trying to attack. The only person he's close to is Wilfer, and he can't move because he doesn't have legs. So he's going to attack Wilfer. However, he can't attack for much. He is going to, from the ground, he's going to try and splinter you. The only, if I try and attack you with a regular attack, he's going to have to take a bunch of disadvantage. So he's just going to try and clap his hands together and launch a bunch of these shrapnel spikes at you. I can't re-roll this.
Face plants into the ground, claps his hands.
He's already on the ground. But he did succeed. He is going to roll damage in 8. What is your damage threshold? I do not remember.
5.
5. Okay, so that's 1 trek down the thing. What are you at?
That brings me to grievously wounded.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
And
Oh.
I rolled an 11 for that one.
11. Let's see. I forgot you were already injured. Yo, you guys, Wilfer's looking fucked up. Grievously. And 11?
I only get 1 action per turn. I don't like. Fuck you guys. I'm drunk.
Until
I'm
fully
drunkle.
recuperated, you cannot move as you're in pain. You must undergo a successful surgery or suffer the consequences. Because you have a butchered leg. Once a butchered leg has undergone a failed surgery, you gain the veteran's leg drawback. If you already have the drawback, you permanently lose 9% agility. Okay,
Jesus Christ.
so this thing basically, oh, you can't move. So you and this thing are both legless and can't move. This thing launches a ton of shrapnel into your leg, which makes sense as he's laying on the ground. So now your leg is like butchered. It just looks like it's been hit by a shrapnel bomb.
Fun.
That brings us to Wilford. It's your turn.
I have my. Oh, I don't have anything equipped. I'm gonna grab my bow.
Okay,
Off of my
you can
shoulder.
do that at the beginning of your turn for 0 action points.
Yeah, I'm gonna reach into my bag. Dip my hand in some of the oil that's sitting in my bag.
Okay. So you grab
I'm
your bow
going
and you're
to rub-
grabbing some of the oil. All right.
I'm going to rub my fingers
point.
together.
Okay, that's 4 action points. No, I'm just kidding. You're rubbing your fingers together?
Yep.
Okay.
And I would like to cast Candlelight. I'm not 100% sure how.
Interesting. I was
Spells
trying to
work.
figure out. Okay, I was trying to figure out what you were doing there. Okay, so if you look under which one is it? Which one is it?
Oh,
Items.
I've got the sheets up and
You found it there?
Yeah, I did find it there. That's why I'm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So it does cost it costs 1 action point to cast this. A drop of lantern oil rubbed between your fingers. Okay, I understand what you're doing now. I was very confused. I was like, that's some weird flavor to like add to your after successfully casting the spell, you can ignite. So this is the thing with this spell. Oh god, I really should have re-upped myself on magic before I got into this, but basically, I'm trying to remember. So you have to oh, that's it. So you roll incantation and you can succeed or fail, right? You can use channeling it's like aiming, so it give you a +10, +20, right? If you use it twice. But if you use channeling, you're gonna have to roll for chaos magic. Things could happen if you channel. Basically, channeling is pulling, so you know how to pull on the veil to cast this magic at a safe use. But if you channel to make it stronger, to make yourself better at it, so it won't fail, you're pulling on the veil and drawing more magic, so it's gonna create an opportunity to have chaos magic happen around you. So that's basically how it works. So you could get a +10, +20, depending on how much channeling you want to use, if you want to use it.
In my traits thing, I've got Hedge Wizardry. When casting generalist magic at your option, you may automatically succeed an incantation test, but move 1 step down the peril condition. That's what you're talking about?
No, that's totally another thing that you could do. You could just immediately succeed, but
Yeah,
this would give you a headache. Basically, it would fuck up your head. Instead of physical damage, it would be mental damage.
All right. So what am I doing? Just rolling.
That's up to you. Do you want to basically aim? It's called channeling.
I'm not.
So at this point in time, you have 3 action points. Do you want to channel?
I think I'll use my Hedge Wizardry profession trait.
Okay, so you're gonna
succeed on that and give myself a 1 step down the peril track.
Okay, so take yourself 1 step down the peril track. You're gonna immediately
succeed. Which is the corruption thing? Yes.
No. On your thing. So where is it?
Oh, peril track. It makes me imperiled.
Imperiled. Yeah.
And do I have to roll anything or?
No, you immediately succeed, and you didn't channel, so there's no chaos or anything like that. So what does this actually do? So you successfully cast a spell. You ignite a candle, a torch, or any other tiny object you can see. What are you trying to ignite?
The tip of an arrow.
Tip of an arrow. Okay. It provides an insignificant amount of heat, light, equivalent to a candle. Its flames are considered to be mildly dangerous. That's for me to note. Optionally, you can hold this burning light in your palm without risk of harm until you must use your hand again. Okay, so you're lighting your arrow.
Yep, and I'm drawing and firing at the thing that attacked me.
Okay, 1 action point to cast the magic, 1 action point to attack.
Oh, I still have 3 there, right?
Yeah, I don't see another action point there, so I'd say you've at least got 1 other action point. Which one are you going to attack? Because there is still 1 at your feet. You are still engaged in melee, technically.
I think the one at my feet is too close. There was still one beside Alexios, right?
No, it's burnt to a crisp. There is one that kept its distance. It's not near any of you guys.
Then I'm firing at that one then.
Okay. I
Just
don't.
because the one at my feet is too close to really use a bow on.
Da, 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 da. Okay, I don't see the rule off the top of my head, so what I'm gonna give you is I'm gonna give you difficulty rating is gonna be, I guess, just challenging because you're technically I'm trying to think if I'm gonna say you're not engaged in melee because it used a ranged attack on you. You're using a ranged attack. You're not engaged in melee, so I'm gonna say it's a standard attack. This
And I would
other
also like to
creature
use
is within
the-
the light, so you're not shooting into the dark. You're fine there.
I would also like to use my last skill, my last action point at time,
Okay, so plus 10%.
which should bring it up to 10%. Yeah.
Yep.
Alright.
I agree with all that. That is a 12 out of 52 success. What is the damage on that? Jesus Christ. All right.
And it is also on fire.
Yeah, and it's on fire. Okay. And it's gonna take an injury as well. See, aren't you guys glad you guys can give these things injuries now? Oh, Shifty, you rolled for
cool.
me. Thanks.
I'm taking an injury.
I click on you guys so I can look at your character sheets, and then I just don't click off. My bad. What did I roll? Sorry.
At 13.
13. Thank you. Oh, interesting. Okay. You shot this arrow into its eye. It is now blind out of one eye. It's got disadvantage
And on fire in the head.
Yeah, it's all kinds of stuff. Okay, this is great, and this is going well. What I need from Wilfer, I need a 1d6 that we should have taken at the beginning of your turn, but it's fine. This is for events happening around you guys. A 1.
Correct.
Oh, interesting. Okay. As you shoot at this guy, you light him on fire. You start to feel a lot of heat at your feet as the one that was lit on fire below you, it ripped its legs off and tossed him off to the side, right? Those legs that were on fire have caught the ground on fire. There's plenty of leaves and trees and everything. A fire has erupted in the area. The land is now on fire.
I think we should stop playing with fire, Torvekik.
That brings us to Torvekik's turn.
You're still muted, buddy.
Torvekik, I'm going to need a 1d6 from you.
Guys, I think it might be time for us to leave.
Also, I wonder if I didn't get a notification. We were supposed to take a break. We'll take a break at the end of this turn. So,
Say 1d6.
Yeah, 1d6, please. Six. Oh. Interesting. Okay, you guys have seen these other creatures of the children of the swamp watching you guys. You can see they split, and you can see in the darkness, they haven't stepped into the light. You can't tell exactly what it is, but it stands about 2 to 3 times taller than them, completely covered in this it looks like branches, but they're not just like woven and intertwined and small like the creatures you've seen. This one is more like flowing and almost like vines. As this hulking swamp creature just kind of stands there watching you guys. As the creatures move, it starts to move forward towards you guys. However, it's at this point that you see actually Grunkle would see. Grunkle's gone. Okay. So you guys see this thing start moving.
No,
towards you guys.
Grunkle's not gone. Grunkle has earbuds. Look at this cable. I have cable.
Yeah, he has cable. See, Shifty. So Grunkle, you at this point you see those things, those faces in the distance, kind of casting that light. You see those lights all turn and converge quick, fast, like blink of an eye, zoom, as they move, and this wall of light kind of holds this creature back. And the other it kind of creates this like barrier between you guys and the rest of these creatures. However, there is a fire erupting around you guys. It is Torvekic's turn. What would you like to do?
So there's only one left, and it's on fire and in half.
There are many left. There's one currently in combat with you guys that has actively been attacking you.
One that's not been packed behind the light barrier thing.
Yes, besides the one on the ground that is just butchered Wilfer's leg.
Can you get that one?
So it's the only one left.
That one's a bit close.
There are two.
Where's the other one?
On the ground in front of Wilfer.
Okay, you told me about that one. Where's the other one?
The other one is not near any of you guys. It was standing back, launching splinters at Grunkle and I think you, but it bounced off your armor. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay,
It,
I'm
yeah,
gonna go
it
take care
stayed
of the
back.
one near Wolfer and let Wolfer take care of the archer one.
Okay, so move.
The one that I shot a fiery arrow at.
So I'm charging off again.
Charge. Okay, perfect. So charge and attack. That's going to be 3 action points, but it's going to give you the extra d6 on your chaos die for damage. Damage. That is a success. A 20 out of the 59 needed. What is the damage on that? Holy shit. It's okay. He's dead.
That was the one on the ground, right?
Yeah. He just cleaves into it, and you can see it's winding its hands back to do another splinter attack at you. And as it does, an axe just comes down between its head and splits it in half. It stops moving. It collapses on the ground. Completely.
Are you alright, my friend?
Gone.
I'm very hurt.
Drink some ale, you'll be fine. Torvekik just hefts the axe and starts facing towards the one that was throwing splinters at it, and kind of just points the axe at it like you're next.
That
The
brings
one
us
that's
to
on fire and partially blind.
yeah. That brings us to Grunkle. Grunkle, give me a d6 before you start your turn.
5.
5.
The Tech 5
Oh,
wrapper.
that's not the one you wanted. I also didn't do one on their turn, so I'm going to do one as well, just to check. 6.
Sick nasty.
Okay. All right. Interesting. Okay. So with that, the forest is on fire. This fire catches. These woods are dry bark. So it is started catching fire. The leaves have erupted. Kind of flames are going. Smoke's going. As this happens, there's a larger creature watching you guys in the midst of all these smaller creatures. This weird light barrier erupted in front of you guys, blocking you off from you and them. And you guys see I don't know if this is gonna go well. You guys see out of the darkness, you hear as
You just beat your microphone.
he goes
Discord-
Was that better?
I think the different translation on it might have cut you out there.
Basically, you hear this high-pitched screech as the last one standing there that has been hitting you guys with these ranged attacks. All of a sudden, you just see something stabbed through its head, kind of going out the front, and it falls forward. As you see another small creature standing over it on its back, like jumped on top of it, stabbed a small like spear through its head. As it does this, you see a couple more of these creatures have made their way around. Since all those light things went to block off that big creature, it left some of the other area open, and so more of these children of the swamp, these twig blights, have approached you guys. As you can see, this creature rises up, picks up its spear, and starts taking off at them. Another 3 have approached you guys. So you've got 3 more twig blights approaching you. The area is on fire. You've got smoke everywhere. This little creature has apparently just killed one, jumped on his back and killed it, and is now running at the others, screeching. As it runs by, I need everybody to roll. Let's have all of you guys roll an awareness check. This creature is dirty, muddy, covered in guck. Wow, Jesus Christ. Okay, you guys can't tell who it is, what it is. It's just another Children of the Swamp or something. It's obviously not a twig blight. It looks human, but that's all you can tell. As this thing
Alexios,
charges off
is
at
it you?
another one. Alexios is like, huh? As he holds his stomach wound, he's like, no.
I'm standing here with a mangled leg. I'm just like, eh.
I realize that Alexios hasn't been in this fight, but
Gentlemen,
okay.
I think it is time for us to leave. The situation is not going to get any better for us.
That's what Alexios has been doing. He's been packing up the camp for you guys. Since I forgot to roll him into this combat, he's putting all your guys' stuff together, so that way if you guys are ready to leave, you don't have to be like, oh, let's pack up camp. He's handling it. He's trying to pack up everything for you guys.
I think we figured out what's driving
He's
all
currently
the
searching for his throwing knife that he's misplaced.
In the middle of all this, you got a fire roaring around you guys. You guys are yelling to each other. It's Grunkle's turn.
Grunkle is drunkle and hopped up on opium and alcohol.
And raging.
Injured and raging and
You're just all the status effects.
but I feel like drunkle is the strongest one there. A full thing of Rocket Gin in one action. And I think that is going to bring out the better side of Grunkle. Correct me if I'm wrong here, and I need to roll to prove this. But I think that Grunkle, when drunk, he doesn't actually have his berserker rage. That's why he's an inferior berserker, and so he's more in the hero mindset. And seeing the fire around him fills him with patriotic fury. Like, this is like, yes, we have succeeded. And what like comes up into his throat is that he wants to sing ogre national anthems from his people. Love, we have burned down the forest. We have destroyed the village. Time to pick up my sword. Pick up my backpack. Thank you, Alexis. Pick up my sword after my backpack's on, because one arm. And then we need to march on. Head home. We shouldn't be resting. Grunkle didn't speak like that before. Grunkle not think we rest. Grunkle think we march. And he hold his sword up like.
I'm gonna allow all of that, except you've got this barrier wall in front of you guys. Monsters on the other side. You've got fire erupting all around you, and you've got 3 other creatures behind you. You're kind of pinned in. You guys could march, but depending on which way you march, you're either marching through fire, you're marching through a barrier wall with a bunch of enemies on the other side, or you're marching through these 3 enemies. You are in a rage. You can march through things, and I will allow that. You're not like afraid or holding back. It's just which direction does Grunkle want to charge?
Grunkle, if he can, you said you allowed all that. I guess Grunkle has his backpack. Thanks, Alexis, and his sword. He's gonna charge, march. He's just gonna pummel through like he's a wrecking ball. He's Miley Cyrus here. He's just gonna.
Which direction?
The road back.
Okay, there's the barrier wall. The barrier wall with a bunch of enemies standing on the other side. You want to go through that?
No, I want to go through the second one that you had said, where it's just like 3 guys.
The 3 guys. Okay, so because you're enraged, I'm gonna allow you to move. Basically, in this heroic rage, you're like, hey, we need to go. We're going through you, so you're gonna, because this rage is still affecting you. You don't just not have a rage. That's part of your class. So, and being drunk is part of your features. So, yeah. So
I'm not drunkle enough. I get it.
Yeah,
I hear what you're saying, even though that's not what you're saying at all.
So you're drunk and you're raging. That's still happening, but I'm going to allow you to think clearly enough to be like, okay, I'm heroic and I need to keep these guys safe. So standing in the middle of a forest fire probably isn't it. We need to move, but you're still like, we're going to go through you. So yeah, wrecking ball. So these other 3 are. Does Grunkle have? Grunkle doesn't have any ranged attacks.
No. Ew. He has one
Technically, anything
racial
can be a
ranged
ranged
attack.
attack.
No, Grunkle is very bad at that. In order to get my vomit bomb, I had to take something that made me a little bit antsy pants. I won't elaborate on that any further, but let's just say I'm not good at loading guns.
That's right. I don't really remember, but I think I remember. Okay. So you've got 1 action point. What does Grunkle do?
He came in like a wrecking ball.
So you're moving. You can't charge. Charge costs 2 action points.
Okay, well, can I split it over 2 turns?
Sure, you move at a normal speed.
Oh, I can't like start a charge.
Ready to charge.
You can stay in one spot and conserve your action point if you want to do that. And then next turn you would have 2 action points, and I'll allow you to use them. That's probably not per the book rules, or for anyone in chat, fuck off.
Okay, well, I appreciate you giving that token of love to me because all I can do is charge.
You could walk normally.
No, I'm a human pinball. I need to charge.
Grunkle's one of those people who sprints everywhere he goes. You can't walk normal.
I need a Naruto run towards these guys and hit them really hard.
Need to go to the bathroom.
So, yes, I will conserve. I will conserve, and then I'm going to charge.
All right, sounds good.
Stomping up, and I'm like...
Grunkle's prepping. That brings us to their turn. I mean, roll...
Prepper.
Prepper? Is that a thing? Oh, Jesus, hell. Okay. So that leaves, as this is happening, fire's roaring, enemies surrounding you guys, moving in on you, all this is going down. At this, you hear, as the skies open up, you haven't been able to see the sky because it's nighttime, it's dark. Roger that, fucking off. Thanks, chat. And it's been dark. You haven't been able to see the skies, but the skies open up and it starts downpouring as lightning rips across the sky, lighting up. And you can see that there are a lot of these creatures in the woods watching you guys. Not only that, you see there are beings holding up these glowing orbs. You can all see this now as the lightning rips across the sky. It's like a second where it lights up the whole area, and you can see there's these beings. They are bleached white skin, almost like see-through. Long hair, completely unkempt, twigs sticking out of it, bushels, some of it completely straight, some of it, wild and crazy. You see that a lot of them... Actually, everybody roll an awareness check. Let me know how much you guys see of this before I just give everything away like a noob.
I don't. I've become blind because of the lightning strike.
Torvekic's the only way. Wilford, you're like, lightning! You look at the ground. Wilford doesn't see this. Grunkle, you see everything that I just described. Torvekic, you see that these things that are holding back, they almost they look blind. You see nothing in their eyes. Their eyes are like they don't have pupils. They're just clear, if that makes sense. They're holding everything back. The sky opens up as the lightning fades, and a huge boom echoes across as thunder just rips across the sky. The forest is still on fire. Rain comes down. You can see that the ground is getting wet, which is starting to affect the fire, but it has not affected it enough yet. But you do see, as you guys are moving, you can see that you're in a swamp. This is probably wetlands. This area probably floods. The ground is getting muddy and slippery.
What the hell did we walk into?
And these things are affected by fire, and the storm is putting out the fire. I've got 3 left. Would they attack in this situation? That's the question. Their friends are over there being held back.
We need to leave. It is about to flood here, and dwarves are not good swimmers.
You're catching about every second word he says. Just storm and fire and chaos.
Need. Leave.
I'm going to not have them attack. They're going to prep. They're going to prepare themselves. They're not going to attack. They're not sure they want to commit. They just watched you blow up a bunch of their friends. Like, I I don't know. They're like all their other buddies are over there. There's only 3 of them standing here, and they're like, I don't know if this is a fight we're gonna win. I'm gonna have them stand. Wilfer, I need a 1d6, please.
Need to be carried.
Yeah, Wilfer can't move. 2. Okay. You see sprinting across the field this small humanoid. Runs, jumps, attacking these other 3. They turn and start fighting him. They were prepping and waiting for who they should attack. They're going to attack him. He's attacking them. It's at this point you can see that he goes to attack them. He does it. Wilfer, your name should be Wilfer. You can see that he doesn't look very trained at what he's doing. He attacks wildly, missing entirely. These things grab him, look at you guys, kind of pin him down, and drag it into the woods. I need an awareness check from all of you guys once more.
Yeah, I succeeded.
Great success from Grunkle.
I feel like Drunkle should have had some sort of
Okay,
difficulty
failed.
with the
Okay.
awareness.
Grunkle's Drunkle, and he still sees. So Wilfer, you see that this is
right at these 3 guys, aren't I?
Yeah.
Like I'd be looking at them, preparing to charge into them as
Yep.
they drag him away.
Yep.
Like I'd have to be dumb not to get a critical success.
What did they drag away?
You don't know.
The
You can't
little-
tell.
The termite guy that's like
Yeah,
jumping
the
on
termite
things and going, yeah.
Wilfer, you see that this is a young boy, a child.
Oh God.
Grunkle, you recognize this child, this Mateo. He seems to have followed you through the woods.
Oh motherfucker.
You see as they grab him and drag him into the woods, you see he drops his little spear. He looks up, his eyes pleading. He looks at Grunkle, goes, ah! As he gets dragged into the darkness. Wilfer, it's your turn. What do you do?
Damn it.
What do I do? Shit. How far away are these creatures? I don't
Which
know the
ones?
small boy. The 3 that started dragging away their this child.
They are 18 yards away from you currently, but they've moved.
Cool.
They've moved into the darkness. So rough
Are there
estimate.
any other enemies nearby?
Tons, tens of 50.
I mean, like just around our group.
Not currently.
in
They
the
seem to be.
immediate
They seem to
vicinity.
be focusing on this weird aura barrier that has been put up.
I guess I'm gonna just hold my action because I can't really move anywhere.
You can't. You could. Yeah, you could ready an attack. Be prepared. What are you readying an action for? Like, what is the trigger that happens that you want to act on?
If anything gets in within like 14 yards of us, I will ready my hunting bow.
Okay, so you've got the bow at the ready. You're gonna be ready to shoot just in case anything gets close. So that brings us to Torvekik. One last 1d6 for me, please, sir. One. Oh, interesting. Okay. The fire, even with the storm raining down, the fire is being killed, but the smoke is erupting. So where normally there was fire, now the fire's dying down, but the smoke of this area is just becoming too much. It's cloud. You guys are almost blackout in the middle of this thing. What do you do?
Well, seeing as I am dwarf, I am short, so smoke is all above me, so it doesn't bother me all that much. I can see people's feet, and that's probably about it.
You were, I believe, you're still standing next to Wilfer's. You know
Yeah.
he's right there.
Right. So I'm gonna grab Wilfer by his belt and kind of try and drag him down so I can speak to him.
Drag where? Sorry.
Drag him down by his belt so I can talk to him.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
We need to leave here. It's either going to smoke us out or we will drown. And dwarves are not good swimmers. We need to get out of here now.
I think that's what Grunkle was planning, right? He looks like he's ready to run.
Then we follow him.
Grunkle's over there
Alright.
stretching, preparing for the 40-meter dash.
Let's go.
So what does Torvekik do on his turn?
So can I see Grunkle?
I'll let you see Grunkle's feet. You know where he was, and you can see him. Yeah.
All right. Since you are tall, you probably can see. But hang on to me, and I will lead you. Yes.
Well, I can't walk.
Then I will carry you. I guess I'm gonna try and lift Wilfer on either drag him or lift him onto my back in like a fireman's carry. And
I'm
Oh.
very light.
He is.
Tall
If I remember
tales
right,
for
you have a
Grunkle.
very frail build, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's very light. You. What is your movement? Your movement is 5 because it considers you what? Overweight, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it considers me overweight, but I
We'll-
can't figure out where
We'll
the
worry,
extra.
we'll worry about that later. We're just gonna say, what is it normally? 6 then? Oh no, it's normally 5, excuse me. So we're gonna keep you at the 5 because we'll fuck with encumbrance later. Torvekik's uninjured?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, Torvekik's doing great. All right. So Torvekik, you're uninjured. You've got your movement. I'm not even gonna say that this hinders you at all. I'm gonna say you can throw him over your back and you can move. You're fine. You're at normal movement.
Awesome. I'm gonna go after Grunkle as fast as I possibly can.
You can make it there in 1 action point. Well, I'm gonna say equipping Wilfer will cost you 1, and then Wilfer, you get equipped a lot. And then
I'm 65 kgs. What do you expect?
you've moved to Grunkle. That's taken 2 action points. You'll still have another action point. What do you do when you reach Grunkle?
Grunkle, we are getting out of here. Yes.
Am I allowed words?
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Mateo, and I point at the bushes.
What about him? He was in the village.
Mateo, pointing at bushes.
I know you don't like words, but use
No.
them, Grunkle.
Preparing to charge. Mateo and bushes. Grunkle.
Alright.
I'm drunk. I don't know.
Grunkle, we have injured. I don't know if we can go get him.
I have like 8-word sentence. Is
Like
What?
8-word sentence.
Grunkle drunk? What? Don't think drunk. Reach my bushes. I want to recharge. Just let me charge.
What do you do with your last action point, Torvekik? Jesus Christ.
I guess I'm following Grunkle.
All right, you're gonna hold your action. The trigger being whatever Grunkle does.
Yeah, I mean, there's not really much else I can do. I don't know if we can actually go after Mateo though with Wilfer how he is.
All right, Alexis is
I'm
following
on
you guys.
top
He's
of
he has grabbed the rest of the gear. He's holding it and he's following Torvekik at this point. Grunkle, it's your turn. What do you do?
I use my build-up that you're allowing me to use to charge to save Mateo.
Okay.
And I want to make an argument. I believe there are many things at play here that should be at my detriment. Yes, but Grunkle's a hero. He has heroism in his heart. Yes, thank you for touching that one. That's exactly what I was doing. 1, he has heroism in his heart. He wants to be a good guy, and he doesn't want to be an evil monster that kills children. He wants to save people and cats and such. And 2, he hates Mateo. So by berserker logic, if anybody's going to kill and eat Mateo, it should be Grunkle. So this pisses him off, like on a cultural level. And 3, he's drunk. I don't know.
Okay. All right.
That's probably still a detriment.
So what do you do?
I charge to go and like swing my mortuary sword into these things and grab this kid and equip him as a weapon if I have to.
Okay.
He's replacing them.
Okay. My goal. Oh god damn it. Okay, my goal is that I want to save Mateo and get out of here at all costs. Okay, and so I get that my mortuary sword is literally my favorite weapon, and that I ranted to you earlier about how spears are stupid and inferior to everything. I will drop my sword if it's necessary to save this fucking kid.
Okay.
I
Grunkle.
charge in. I have run amok. I have berserker rage.
What does Run Amok do for you again?
It's a +20 on a charge attack.
Okay.
And you said I had this. I saved up. I was revving my little engines, and by that I mean my hips, like a motor engine. Not...
Right. Yeah.
He done that cat thing where they wiggle and like charge up their spring.
Yes. Yeah. You're. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I need to save Mateo.
I need
even
character
though I hate
artwork
that
of
little piece
Grunkle
shit.
revving up his engines. All right.
He's just like pulling up his pants and like getting his trousers.
Here we go. All
and
right.
just pushes his butt
Grunting
out.
at the same time.
First off, Grunkle
Okay.
gets ready and charges forward into the darkness. At the edge of the flickering firelight that is dying out, he moves into the darkness. He has moved a whole 10 sandwiches away from you guys.
Thank you for using my measurement.
Yeah, I
That
got you.
really means a lot to me.
You hit the tree line at 10 sandwiches away from you.
Yes.
That is all your action points.
Fuck.
You had 2 action points. The charge is
Okay.
2 action points. You get to that point. You do not see them. However, even in all the chaos, Grunkle is a hero and he's looking. You hear somewhere in the swamp. That'll bring us to Wilfer. Wilfer, what do you do?
Nothing. I'm currently on the shoulders of a dwarf.
Okay. You do not see any enemies approaching you. You see that they seem to be fighting whatever this barrier thing is. It seems that there's a whole nother battle going on behind you. You're the only one looking back. You're the only one able to see this. It seems that that barrier, whoever, the things casting that barrier, the things fighting it, have converged.
Were we in the middle of a fight?
The smoke overtakes the scene. You can't really see. It's a whole smoky mess. It's only glimpses and light shines and then gone and flickers of firelight kind of dwindling around. You do nothing. Torvekik, what are you doing?
So you said they've been lost to the swamp, right? Like we can't see them anymore.
You see Grunkle at the edge of some flickering firelight, about 10 yards ahead of you.
I guess I'm following Grunkle still. I get up to him as Wolfer's still on my back. Grunkle, where are we going?
Mateo.
I
Does
get.
Grunkle stutter?
You
Grunkle
see
don't
that?
think he stutter, but Grunkle
I'm
made
asking
me
you,
stutter.
don't you see
We're
that?
looking for Mateo. Mateo. Sorry. Grunkle yelled.
Do you see where they went, Grunkle?
That way.
Wait.
Wait, as in you know they went that way, or that way as in you're guessing they went that way?
As in Grunkle heard kid cry out for help over that way. My legs are stupid. 'Cause they don't move as quick as my mouth does.
Grunkle,
I'm
we've
sorry.
got. All of us are wounded, Grunkle. I don't know if we can even save him if we get to him.
What, may I ask, is a Mateo?
He says over your shoulder.
Somebody just responds to him without even looking behind him. He's a small child that we met in the village. Apparently, he got out here somehow. Don't know how.
Sounds expendable. Let's go.
I find myself not able to argue with logic. Yep.
All right, Grunkle, you've got 2 party members telling you to leave. Alexio seems quiet and watching your guys' back, along with Wilfer, maybe. What does Grunkle do?
Well, yeah, but I have no choice.
Uncle, why are you so hell-bent on helping this child? You wanted to eat him.
Alexios looks to Wilfer like, what the fuck?
Don't ask me. I've only just joined the group.
Grunkle, he doesn't listen to his comrades because he's very drunk and injured and enraged, and he wants to be a good berserker, but he's literally the shittiest berserker anybody on this entire realm has ever seen. So he's going to keep charging after Mateo. He wants to prove everybody wrong. And by proving everybody wrong, it'd be about like, oh, an ogre is actually helpful. But that's not the thing he wants to prove wrong. He's going to succeed here. He's going to roll something, hopefully, to charge after and try and save Mateo.
Give me a survival check.
Okay.
Damn, it's Grunkle.
This is going to be at challenging.
Okay.
The one, the minus 10%. I think that's challenging.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I don't want to click this button because it's going to be a fail.
It's a success.
Oh.
Okay.
Dear Lord.
Grunkle charges off. Actually, he only has one action point. He walks normally into the swamp. Moving five sandwiches.
Sure.
Into the swamp.
I clamber.
Yeah,
I'm moving with haste. I'm not just walking all casually.
Yeah, he's clambering.
I'm Grunkle. Oh, I gotta just hold my arm.
He's moving as fast as he can, but he's holding a shoulder. He's
like a Frankenstein walk. He's like, save the child.
You've moved 5 yards, but you do see tracks. Okay. They did come this way.
Damn it, Grunkle, you're going to get us all killed.
That brings us to Wilf. Wilfer, you wanting to do anything on the back?
All I can do is see if anything's following us. Really.
You still hear the commotion of fighting behind you, but you don't see anything. It is now dark.
All right. Can I see if I can make myself be able to walk again? While I'm on his back.
Are you able to perform surgery on yourself on his back?
No, I cannot perform surgery on myself.
Probably not. Your leg is butchered.
Then I'm still doing nothing.
All right. Torvekik? Grunkle has moved 5 yards ahead of you. You can kind of see him.
Yeah, I guess I'm following him still. I don't really have much of a choice here. Torvekik's kind of just mumbling to himself about getting us all killed, that sort of stuff. You know what I mean?
Okay. Lexios reluctantly follows. Grunkle, that brings us to you, man.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing?
What do you think I do?
You can do whatever you want, bud.
No, but what do you think I do here?
You guys still have some food and rations. You can pull out, have another picnic.
Yeah, Grunkle sobers up all of a sudden. He's gonna keep going after Mateo.
Okay. You clamber. Another 5 sandwiches. Give me another survival check. This one is whatever's one up from challenging. Actually, no, you succeeded your last one. This one stays at challenging. Excuse me.
Sorry, you said I had a butchered leg, right?
You do have a butchered leg. Oh, yeah. Did you apply that to yourself? You got it? Right.
Yeah, just found it.
Alright. Okay. Grunkle, survival, fail. Do you want to reroll?
No.
Alright. You climber another 5 yards, but you don't see any traces of Mateo or the creatures that took him.
Okay.
The others, I'm assuming, are following you. Climb up behind you.
Yes. I don't have a choice. I'm just being dragged.
What do you guys do? You guys are out of combat at this point. You're gonna clamber again? Okay. You clamber in a direction. Another 5. Give me a survival at whatever is one harder.
Wilfer unenthusiastically just says, "Stop! It doesn't matter."
You clamber on. Another 5 sandwiches. Still no trace. What do you do?
Keep going.
All right. Go another five sandwiches in a direction. Survival check at arduous, I believe is what it's called.
Yep.
All right. Move another 5 yards. Still on the side of them. Keep going.
Yeah.
All right. You guys continue on. It seems maybe hours pass as you guys clamber through this swamp. No path, no light, no sightings. The sounds of anything happening behind you have long since faded away. You guys move through the dark, grabbing leeches off each other's legs, tossing them to the side as the storm erupts and pours down around you, getting smacked by branches, pushing them off to the side. Trudging through little flowing rivers where once there probably wasn't one, but the whole area is kind of flooding. You guys clamber on, and it's at this point, it's been a while. Grunkle, you start to sober up. You're no longer raging. You kind of come to your senses. You see that you guys are in the middle of this torrential downpour. The area is flooded. Your party members are injured, following you. You've had no sightings or signs of tracks. What do you do?
I mean, I guess cry.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, Grunkle will like try and hit like a high point in the path that maybe water's like around his ankles, and I guess he'll just start crying
All right.
because he failed to do even one heroic thing.
Alexios will hear this, so he'll kind of come up and he'll put his cloak kind of over you. It only covers like a shoulder. He kind of puts his cloak over you and kind of pats you on the back, and he goes, "We are still alive, my friend. You kept the rest of us safe. Does that not count?"
Not technically, no.
I mean,
Hold on, was that was a big word.
whoa!
And Grunkle is still fucking angry, but Grunkle's.
Torvik puts Wolfer down and starts tending to his leg.
Alexios will kind of direct
wait.
Grunkle's attention to them, and he'll be like, "You still have allies here worth saving."
Mostly alive.
Grunkle, not leader. Grunkle.
But you can see that they have followed you, even into the swamp, even in the darkness. They did not leave your side.
Injured.
Well, with or without choice.
Choice.
Well, Wilfer, thank you, Alexios. As always, thank you. Wilfer, look at arm. Look at arm with sticking out of it, and think, does Grunkle leader have the ability to help you with your remarkably fucked up leg? No.
Grunkle's still able to walk.
Well, Grunkle is a weak ogre, but Grunkle's
not a
still
weak
able to
ogre.
walk.
Grunkle
You
was
haven't
able
seen
to take a
ogre,
javelin
then.
to the shoulder and still able to walk around. I took a
Well-
couple fucking splinters to the leg and I fucked my leg.
But that's because you're just a mere human.
Right.
Yeah, you could have just agreed to that quicker. You didn't have to think about that, weirdo.
Torvik just looks up and looks at Wolfer weird. Goes back to tending the leg.
Torvekik, you are very strong, and I'm glad you were able to save more people than Grunkle could.
We would have been better off if you hadn't gone trapezing off into the forest in a random direction, but we're not where we were, so I guess we're better off than we were.
Grunkle thought we could save Mateo, because Mateo helped us, and he redeemed himself from being a repugnant little asshole to being somebody who did something worth mentioning. He helped
Correct.
us.
He did. He
I just want you to think about
We
this.
failed him.
We have 2 wounded people that can barely move. We have you who can't use an arm, and we have a single dwarf that will sink into the mud without a second thought.
Speaking
We're
of
not
sinking,
getting
sounds
very
you might
far.
wanna move.
Trevecca, you're single?
Yes.
Oh, that's why you're in Swamp Town hanging out with Ogre. Oh.
He's like, you're sick.
Vicky, if I was married, do you think she would let me go off through the world and taste all of the ale in the
No.
world?
I love this
No,
game.
that's why Grunkle out being Berserker. Grunkle not have perspective made.
Maybe after the adventure you will.
And then you kept interrupting my time with the priestess, and now I'm just pissed. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. We need to figure out what we do from here. We need rest. We need doctor. The best chance we have of getting both of those is heading back to town. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Put Wilfer on my shoulder and give yourself a break.
I would much
At
appreciate
least if I'm
it.
up there, I can still equip my bow.
Hey, my back is very comfortable. Thank you very much.
Yeah, but he doesn't have to find and carry me.
Are you saying you would rather me less you?
Well, I have a backpack on. He could use it as
Just
like
sit
All
there.
right, this is a good
platform,
one.
sort of
We need to set up camp.
soft.
He sits in the barrel.
Yeah.
We
He's a
need
barrel-
we need to
barrel
set
boy.
up camp. We need to rest. Then we need to make our way back to town. Is there anybody who's not a little bit fucked up besides me?
Well, no, wait, Alexios had just been stabbed.
Alexios has his stab wound.
How's that doing?
He's holding it. It's not bleeding out anymore. It seems to have coagulated, but he's kind of holding it. He goes, I mean, I'm all right for the most part.
You come here.
Of course. What do you need, my
All
friend?
right. I need you to lift your shirt up so I can put this bandage on you.
He pulls the tunic up and he goes, of course. Yeah, you can see, it's covered in swamp mud.
Healthy.
Yeah,
Well-
that helps to bind the wound. That's good.
This is both good and bad.
He's like, yeah,
You know- Yes.
I've fallen a couple times on this trip. I'm sorry.
It could have been worse. He could have died back there.
It is not your fault. But I'm going out to clean wound, and it will not be a comfortable experience.
Okay.
I'm assuming you're gonna make me roll for that.
To clean his wound?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Heal check, please.
Oh. Do I have it? This is the question.
So, what I'm assuming by you doing this is you're trying to stabilize him as a sort, correct?
It was mostly as flavor, but if it's actually something that needs to be done, then yeah.
Yeah, I got you. Go ahead, roll a heal check. It's not going to be like you're not going to kill him or anything. Don't worry.
There it is.
I'm assuming you're not performing
This is
surgery.
standard.
Yeah, standard. Everything's standard. Okay.
Nope.
You don't heal him any. You don't like restore health points. You don't like cure the wound, but you do clean it enough. You could use a fortune.
Well, I'm not trying to restore HP, just keep him from, bleeding out or getting an infection.
But if you succeeded,
Right.
it's up to you.
Maybe
Do you want to
worth
use?
it.
Do you want to use the fortune? You want to reroll?
How much HP did he lose?
He looks lightly wounded.
All right, then it's not anything to worry about. We've got other issues.
Okay. All right. Yeah. You at least clean off the wound so it's not going to get infected. Is what it looks like.
All right, cool. Veronica, what about you? Do you need cleaning?
Grunkle never need cleaning, except in bathhouse. Grunkle need a bathhouse pretty bad.
Grunkle don't need cleaning, except right now. Yeah, Grunkle needs cleaning.
Yeah, Grunkle having bad time.
Okay.
Grunkle hungover as
So
fuck.
my question for everyone. Yes? Question.
What?
When did Dwarven Sergeant become medic? Yeah?
Grunkle
Since
too
he's the only one
hungover
that's
to
not hurt.
understand. what you say. What is
It was a
this?
simple question. If you cannot answer it, don't worry about it.
No, just phrase it again, Grunkle. Trying to not be hungover.
Oh, whoops.
Torvekit moves up and climbs up
No, that.
Grunkle's arm to yell into his ear. When did Dwarven Sergeant become medic?
Dwarven Sergeant become medic. What? This is mocking Grunkle as somehow, and I don't understand it.
No, it is not. It was a legitimate question.
Well, you're
Since
just
when
the
did
best medic
Dwarven-
then.
Since when did the Dwarven Sergeant not get into battle and get injured?
Well, yeah, because Grunkle, they told Grunkle just lick your wound and not good. And so Grunkle licks wounds sometimes, not when you're looking. Obviously, that would be gross.
Torvekit.
His
So
wounds
Ricky,
are your wounds.
My
So
wounds.
Ricky
You want
pops
me
up
to
to
lick your
Grunkle,
wounds? Freak.
pops off of Grunkle
Weirdo.
and just
I'm not gonna
right
lick
up
your
to
wounds.
Wilford's face.
You're doing what
It
to
is
Wolfer's
better
face?
to be in battle and not get wounded than have leg almost chopped off. Yes?
I choose not to answer that question.
Okay, Grunkle, come
Good
over
answer.
to lick your legs.
Don't.
Yes,
do not.
Grunkle. That's my help. Come on, come here.
No. Hey, Wilford, you asked for it. Grunkle give you the medical
I'd
treatment.
run away, but I physically cannot.
I want to try and see if my spit has magical qualities.
Sure.
I'm gonna lick his leg.
Yeah, of course. Roll heal.
Oh,
Fucking why not?
Got like a 39% chance.
And it's a flip to fail. Yeah, so you go for it. Fail. No, you're just
I wanna
licking
use
his
a-
leg.
Can I use a fortune point?
Of course, you can use a fortune point.
Okay, I'm gonna use a fortune
That
point.
was actually really close to not failing.
Fail. Do you want to use a fortune point?
Damn it!
You can use a
Would
fortune
you
point.
like to use another?
Can I? Let's do. You know what? Fuck it.
If you succeed at this, if you succeed at this,
I was so close with the 41.
do you want to
I felt
reroll?
like it was.
Grunkle's just like, "Ugh."
He's Do you want to reroll?
Smash a leg.
I will re-roll if everybody else says yes, but
No,
otherwise,
don't do it
Yeah.
again. The second
Yeah.
one
Sure,
was
why
too
not?
much already.
Alexios votes yes.
Wilfer said, "Sure, why not?" What's the worst that could happen?
Fred, what do you think? Do you?
No.
Yeah.
The second
Okay.
one was too much already.
Meta knowledge. We've only got 30 minutes left in the game, so the chances that I'm
I
gonna get
know.
to use misfortune points against you are unlikely.
I know, but Fred said no, and I want to respect our
You're
group
healing.
there.
Yeah.
So no.
All right.
Fuck.
No, you've just
My stupid 39%.
your Wilfer, your leg is just now slobbery.
You're welcome.
At least
You're
it's
welcome.
clean and slobbery.
What about
No,
you,
it's not
Nick?
clean.
Do you want to try this?
He said no, it's not clean.
You're going to feel a little hungover. Actually, I've kind of poisoned you with my spit.
What the fuck?
Well, 'cause I don't know. I just
Alexios goes, what the fuck?
Torvek points at Alexios. What about you, Alexios? You think this will help?
He looks at his stomach and looks at Grunkle and goes, no, I think I'm alright. I think
Good
I'm,
answer.
I think I'm okay.
Right. I suppose I will take watch. You guys go to bed. I will take first watch. 1 second. Don't all speak at once.
Grunkle's
I don't
asleep.
I'll
I
be
think.
taking any watch.
Grunkle's asleep. Wilfer is still laying. Are you laying on the ground, Wilfer? Because you guys are in about a
Grunkle's
foot of
already
water.
I'm
Sleep?
lying on Grunkle.
I want to add,
Okay.
Grunkle is asleep because he has the Berserker Profession talent,
Mhm.
Nerves of Steel.
Yep.
He falls asleep in places. It doesn't matter if he's safe. He can sleep.
The Berserker talent is also just called narcolepsy.
Well,
And-
in this case,
and
he just
he's
falls
been
asleep in places.
He's exhausted,
Grunkle sat
hungover,
down.
and like heavily injured.
So I'm assuming Grunkle sits down leaning against a tree, maybe? Or do you just
he,
lay
like,
down
sits
in the water?
and just slams against the
Okay.
tree and is like.
I'm-
Wilfer, you
Yeah,
fell
in
asleep
my
on
arm.
Grunkle again?
Just stick a
I'm
javelin
on
in the
his lap.
ground.
You're on his lap. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh.
my right arm will pull you in.
Alexios, do you want to take a watch with me?
with
Join
with
pile. Join pile. Join pile.
sure.
Not with
the
me,
pile.
but your next watch.
Oh, yes, I can. You and I are they need their sleep. You and I should. He kind of looks down at
I
the
think-
foot of water and then looks around. He okay, he's either climbing on Grunkle's lap or he's gonna climb a tree.
Alexius, join the pile.
He
Join the
climbs on
pile.
Grunkle's lap and curls up with Wilford.
Okay,
I
so
will
I've got
wake you.
two babies
I
in
will
my
wake
arm.
you up about halfway through the night. Yes.
Sounds good as he kind of wiggles an arm and kind of moves in and snuggles in.
You use the armpit hair that helps to keep you warm.
He kind of
Who needs a
Pat-
blanket when you've got a grunkle?
pats it. So weird. Okay.
Rebecca kind of marches to a corner of the camp that, like the corner we came from, because
Mhm.
that's the most likely spot the bad guys are going to come from.
Yeah.
He plants his shield in the ground and plants the butt of his axe in the ground. He kind of just stands there like a statue.
You okay? Grunkle, the water came up to about your calf, so water probably comes up to about your crotch. As you're
Well, I
standing-
thought we were on a hill.
No, Grunkle got to a spot where he said the water was only a foot deep.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Then yeah,
Grunkle
it's
gave up
probably
pretty
above my
early
waist
there.
height.
So whatever a foot is on a dwarf compared to an ogre,
It's like a natural bathhouse though for Grunkle now.
a foot. That's probably
No,
that could be your crotch.
If it's a foot, it's probably my knees.
Yeah, maybe. Okay. So the three amigos have gone to sleep. Torvekik, you take watch in the night. It is cold, it's storming, the rain's coming down. Go ahead and roll me a d6.
D6.
Yes, sir. It is currently dark. You guys didn't set up any lights, correct? Or did you want to?
No, I'm a dwarf, and we wouldn't be able to get any lights done anyways because it's so wet.
Okay.
And dwarves can see a little bit better in the dark as tunnels. But,
Yeah.
No.
Technically, that isn't a racial trait in this, which is weird, but I'm gonna lie. 6.
It makes
Okay.
sense for a tunnel dweller.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. In the night, everything seems quiet. Besides the storm, besides the rain, besides this erupting torrent going on overhead, you don't see any movement until, in the darkness, you're only able to see so much. It's faded, but you think you see someone moving. Tall, covered in swamp, algae, vines, brush, moving slowly, smoothly, quietly, 1 foot in front of the other, moving right to left across your vision through the swamp. They don't come near you, they don't approach you, just moving.
Like, is their head turned towards me, or is it just
No,
their...
seems to be looking straight ahead, moving. Seems
All right, I'm gonna-
unhindered by the storm, the swamp, just flowing.
I'm going to be staying still. Like, so no movement that would attract attention or anything like that.
Okay.
And I guess I'll have to rely on yelling to wake everybody up if something goes down.
Okay. Okay. I'm having to do a passive perception to see if it just notices you.
I feel like if it was to notice something passively, it would be Grunkle, not Torvekik.
Well, okay, to be fair, to notice any of you.
Yeah.
Torvekik, as you're watching it, you don't see it turn its head or react to you guys, so it doesn't seem like it knows you're there.
All right.
Otherwise, everything else seems quiet. Do you want to do anything?
Just keep watch.
Okay.
Maybe see which direction it goes.
It moves
So we
past
know.
you. You don't know northeast southwest from where you're at right now unless you want to roll a survival check, but you do know, okay, it's moved that way.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Otherwise, the rest of your watch goes unhindered. A couple hours seems to have passed.
So this would be like about midway through the night.
It was already midway through the night when these things came at you guys. Actually,
Okay.
it was pretty well through the night.
So
Yeah, it was on the
midway
what?
until morning about.
Yeah. You've given them a couple more extra hours of sleep, really.
Torvik pulls the axe out of the mud and his shield out of the mud and walks back over towards the dog pile. And he nudges Alexios with the shield.
Are we under attack?
No, there was something else.
Are we under attack?
Grunkle
There's
pulls
something else that
Alexis
would
tighter.
keep on doing. He kind of points toward it went that way. Just keep an eye out for it. Yes, you
can
mind
s-
if you sleep.
Alexios didn't see any of this as Grunkle's hugging him tighter and tighter. He's like, Torvik, help! I can't get up. trying to pull Grunkle's hand off of him.
Yeah,
Grunkle-
Torvik climbs on the Grunkle and tries to pry his hands away from Alexios.
Grunkle, in
Grunkle
your
wants-
sleep, how aggressively are you trying to protect your friend here?
I have a strawberry ice cream cone that
What?
I'm gonna give a kiss, and then I'm gonna hand off to my best friend,
Okay.
Tervekik. So it's a
He picks up Alexios and goes,
Yep.
"Here you go."
There you go.
and then I'm
Alexios
gonna
gets
focus my love on
handed
the other
through the air
occupant.
to Torvik. Thanks.
That was weird.
We're not gonna talk about this.
Oh,
Ever.
never again. Never again. Keep it out of the song.
Alexios will pull out his two remaining daggers and then kind of look at his chest, at his bandolier, and kind of, oh no. Alright. Never mind. He moves to a tree, probably a good like 5 sandwiches away from you guys. And,
Thank you. Grunkle not awake, but thank you.
You're welcome, Grunkle. And you can see these posted up with both throwing daggers in his hands, just kind of watching the area. Torvekik, what do? You going to bed?
Yep, going to bed.
You going to Grunkle?
I mean, is there anywhere else to sleep?
Climb a tree. You can sleep in the water.
Sleep
If
on your
I'm a
feet.
dwarf, if I sleep in the water, I'll drown. I guess I'll climb a tree.
Okay.
Yes, I didn't.
What?
Best not to put all our eggs in one basket.
Didn't want to join the Grunkle dog pile.
Go ahead and roll for me
Very warm.
an athletics check.
Wow, it's like a heated waterbed.
Let me ask, are you taking your gear up with you or are you leaving it down?
I'm leaving my backpack on Grunkle without taking
Grunkle.
it.
Okay, I will hug
I asked
his
what
backpack. And
It's like something
just
out
take
of
it for
Indiana
the-
Jones where you swap the objects. You've swapped Alexios with a backpack.
I'm taking my
Perfect.
action shield with me. It's
Okay,
better
go
than
ahead and
prayer.
roll standard athletics check heading up the tree. Would you like to reroll?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yay!
You succeed. You climb the tree, you slip a little and kick some like dirt and bark as it falls on Grunkle's head. And then
he grumbles.
Or-
"Dwarves are not wisdom."
he eats it. And then you climb up the rest you climb up the rest and you're able to find a solid branch that seems to be able to hold your weight.
Alright, sleepy time.
Alright. Torvekik goes to sleep. You guys do not see what happens the rest of the night.
Is that because I'm asleep?
That would be, yeah, because
Yeah.
you're asleep, yeah.
That would be because all of our eyes are closed.
There are no current player vision on this map.
Bitch.
I'm trying to debate if we should. Yeah, you know what? Let's call it there. I think that's a good spot. We didn't get a break. We should have gotten a break. We'll call it there. This way we can give you guys a break before we head into Under the Table. Does that sound good?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, chat. That's gonna do it for this one. This is episode 6 of King's Crossing. Foreshadowing. Should I give this away? Spoiler alert.
We're dead.
Next.
I used
next
one bit of magic and now I'm dead.
next week is the finale of King's Crossing episode Adventure 1.
What?
Yeah, it should be. I mean, potentially. So,
Oh, because we all die. Yeah.
right, yeah, the death of
Yeah,
the
makes
heroes. So next week, finale. Stay tuned. In the meantime, huge shout out to the players. Thank you guys so much for coming and joining this game. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the ride so far. Chat, if you guys want to know more, in 18 minutes we're going to be back with Under the Table, where we get to do you guys want that long over break, or should we come back sooner so we have more time
Yeah,
for Under the
break.
Table?
I'm moving. I'm staying here
Just
the
a
entire
break.
time.
I'll just take like 5 minutes or so.
Okay. Give us a few minutes, and then we'll be back with Under the Table, where we break down the campaign, the session, kind of talk about stuff that's going on, stuff, ideas we have, pretty much anything. Everything's open. They can ask me anything. I may or may not answer directly, just depending on what spoilers I don't want to give away. But
May or may not.
You may or may not be under the table with us.
And that's that, guys. Huge shout out to the players. I'm gonna let them outro themselves just in case this is where you guys leave us at. So, Mr. Pickles.
Yeah. I do a podcast with my friend Brad. We talk about movies and whatnot. The podcast is called "And I Took That Personally." The "and" is how it starts. And I took that personally. It's on Apple Podcasts. Yeah, Apple Podcasts. It's on Spotify. It's on Anchor FM, and that's all it's on so far. We talk about movies, and I'm currently reviewing the newest episode, which is about D&D and Tom Hanks. Mazes and Monsters. That's the movie we're talking about, and like the whole satanic panic stuff. I'm reviewing that, and then hopefully we will be posting that this week. Hopefully, unless we need to do like re-recording. But otherwise, that's the show. And that's everything I have to say about myself and Brad.
There you go. Shifty.
You can catch me on Shifty Games. Shifty_games or Shifty Games on YouTube.